Hello friends, welcome back to Darling Games. Today we are decorating in Animal Crossing. It's been quite a while since I have decorated in Animal Crossing, so I'm excited to be doing this again. I decided I wanted to do like a winter island with a winter holiday theme, so I'm starting in September. Hopefully we'll be able to get it finished by Christmas time. That would be my hope, that's my goal. So I'm going to start with the Plaza here in this build, and I actually already had decorated I didn't decorate. I actually had already started creating the layout of the island because I kind of got some inspiration, some ideas, and sometimes when I'm doing videos I just don't have quite the inspiration, so I struggle to kind of figure out exactly where I'm doing the terraforming. And to be quite honest, I don't necessarily love watching other people terraform. I like watching them decorate, so hopefully you feel the same way. If you wanted to watch me terraform, I do apologize. There might be another video at some point in the future where I do that, but this one I decided to go ahead and just kind of go with my idea. So I created this little peninsula, plaza, island, I don't know what you want to call it, but there is actually a bridge on all four sides, so it's completely symmetrical, and I wanted to do this for a really long time. I actually thought I could do it very small, but when I finally got the bridges laid out and the spacing that I wanted, and I want to be able to put like some shrubberies and trees and flowers and that kind of stuff in the corners, by the time I fit everything in there, it got to be pretty big. So it's pretty big. I have it's surrounded by rivers, and then it has little islands. I like to call them icebergs in the rivers. We went to Alaska last year and there was lots of icebergs in the water everywhere. Lots of little ice islands. I can't think what they're called. There's actually a name for the really small ones, but I can't think what they're called. But anyway, that's kind of what this looks like to me. So as I was seeing it, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do that. I've seen that in person. It's really beautiful, and this just kind of reminds me of it. And then of course my villagers are, just yapping with me throughout the whole thing. A few of them got in the way. Goldie had gotten in the way a couple of times, and we had a few balloons that dropped, and of course I wanted to grab the balloons because I don't have everything on this island. This is my original island. I did not say that in the beginning. This is my OG island that I got back in 2020 when the game came out. So I have not reset this island. I will never reset this island, I don't think. It has taken the form, if you are on my channel, there is a fall core island. It's called Fort Wee Wee, after my cat Willis. The last time this island was completely decorated, it was in a fall theme, and that was 2 years ago, I want to say. That was like the first series I started my channel with, was decorating this island for fall. So now we have completely flattened it, and now I've started terraforming it differently, and we're going to be doing some Christmas on this island. So I haven't decided exactly which villagers I want for the island. Some of the villagers are going to get kicked off and we're going to switch villagers around. I decided to go with a completely cool tone theme. So other than Santa's sleigh and maybe, let's see, the chair for Santa, which I don't know if I'm going to end up using the chair or not, but other than that, if I decide to use those things in the island, those things obviously are red. But outside of that, everything else is going to be cool tones. So I had kind of done a few city core builds, and they're in my build playlist if you haven't seen those. And they turned out really, really good. And I'm really sad actually that I reset that island. That was a different island. I'm really sad that I reset it and didn't just follow through with it. But I had started it kind of like now in the fall, wanting to do like a winter theme, and then it came and went and I didn't finish the island. I lost inspiration. And then come spring, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this winter theme anymore. So I'm really hoping that that does not happen with this one. Hopefully I don't lose inspiration and I can get through all of these builds and make like a really nice winter theme island, because I've been wanting to do this now for a couple of years. But the path for this one is from Colin.crossing on Instagram. And I actually, for my other winter island, I used the same path, but I used more of the streets with that one. This one, I don't know if I'm going to use the streets or not. I may just stick with this, because my thought is the plaza and like the common areas, the shops and stuff will have this sort of feel to them. And I had started to use the streets, but once I made this little island plaza thing situation here, the streets didn't really look like they went very well. So I'm not sure if there's going to be a moment where we're going to use the streets or not. I have them in my codes, but we'll have to just kind of play with it and wait and see. So yeah, so I have used this one before. This is a really good code though, and Colin.crossing has like a ton of really, really good codes. He's got amazing codes. Back to the colors. So the colors were going to be like purple, pink, blue, white. I am using that green, even though it's kind of like a yellow green, because it's the only green that we have really. I'd prefer like a blue green with the tones that I'm going with, but that's okay. So we're just going to do lots of shrubbery. I don't know if I'm going to use the holly shrubs or not, because they've got like the red and green in them, and I'm not really going for the red red and green. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to end up using those even though they're in season. I might just use all the other shrubs. That way they have snow on them and they kind of go with what the theme is. I did decide to use the brick again, and I have actually flattened this island numerous times and tried to decorate this island again numerous times. My very original bridges and stairs that I used were actually the brick. So this is definitely a little nostalgic using these items again because I have not used these since then, but I felt like kind of the warm tone of the brick looked really, really good with the cool tone of all the items and things. I felt like it kind of balanced it a little bit, if that makes sense, because it made it seem a little bit neutral, so it wasn't all so cool tone. You kind of have a little bit of a balance with it, but I'm really loving the way that the bridges look, and to be honest, those are one of my absolute favorite. I think if there was a set of stairs that went with, what's the bridge that you can get it either in red or you can get it just in wood? I can't think what that one's called. It's like the most expensive one. But that bridge, if there was actually stairs that I felt like were more ornate like that one, I know we have those wooden stairs, but those wooden stairs to me are a little bit more country, I guess. But if we had some that were a little bit more ornate, that might be my favorite. But the reason I really like this, because I like that the stairs and the bridge completely match and they go together. It just looks really nice. But anyway, so I'm just kind of running around the plaza decorating. I did realize afterwards that I didn't quite finish putting the light posts up because I hadn't gone back to the llama to change them from white to black. So you will see that there's a couple of light posts missing in the end, but I don't think it really detracts from the build, and I will get those in there. The next time we build, I think I'm going to probably either do the Able Sisters, which is right next to my airport, or right behind this plaza is Nooks, and then into the right side is the actual plaza, the for real plaza. So I'll be doing one of those the next time. I figure I'm going to do the areas surrounding this kind of as the next areas, and then I was kind of thinking of doing like a neighborhood, like an actual symmetrical sort of a neighborhood off to the left, because I have a huge space over there off to the left. I was thinking maybe of putting like 6 or 8 of the villagers over there, probably 6, and just making a nice cute little neighborhood, like as if it's very, not, I don't want to say upscale, but like very, like your yards have to be a certain size and everybody's houses are a certain part away from the other houses, that sort of a thing. So like an actual neighborhood. But then off to the back, I was thinking of doing more like countries type houses where they're kind of more out in the country. So I have several different paths so that way I can do both the plaza, the more inner city kind of stuff, the more symmetrical kind of builds, city-like kind of builds, I guess. And then also I have a lot more of the just like the flowers and pathing and stuff that you can do for more of a country sort of build, because I really like the natural builds too. But under the Christmas tree, I actually used this path, which I've seen that path over and over and always kind of wondered, like, where would I use that, because the coloring was so different. And then it just dawned on me when I started doing this. I was looking at paths and I came across that one and I thought, I bet that would look super good in winter, and it does. It looks amazing. It matches the topiaries, it matches like the colors of the trees right now. It just looks so good. So I'm super excited to use that path like in the more country sort of areas too, because I think that's going to just look so nice. And I'm very excited that we're going to have more of a city kind of feeling when you first come onto the island, and then it's going to go more into the country, because then I feel like I get the best of both worlds. I get to do both styles of decorating, which I absolutely love. And then I have an ice cream area over here. How funny is that? It's like wintertime and I'm putting ice cream out in the winter. But I don't know. I felt like it kind of fit that you would have ice cream in the winter, We have ice cream, and then we have the little, what is that, like a cookie machine, or not machine, but like a little stall, that cookie stand. I think it's a cookie stand. But anyway, the one the orange and yellow and that one. Anyway, you see it in the build, but I don't know what it's called exactly. But I thought that would be a perfect thing to put in a plaza, because if you go into like a central location in a big city, you would see like different little stands and stuff that you could buy things from. So that's kind of what I was envisioning. And then people, riding their bikes and stuff. I had thought about doing some tables and chairs, but I kind of didn't feel like I could get it to really work that well. So I ended up just going with the benches. But that's it for this build. I hope that you really enjoyed it. And if you do, look for more, because we're going to be doing some more winter themes. You can join me on Twitch. I'll be streaming them if you want to see them live. Otherwise, I will be shortening them down just like this one and posting it to YouTube. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Have an awesome day. Bye.